Hello, it's Celine Moon Goddess Tarot here again with another pick a card reading. And since we are coming into February, actually, I think today's February 1st, I think so. Anyway, I wanted to do a pick a card love reading. What your crush's feelings are, if your crush has feelings for you, how your crush is feeling. And then I also made some cool what are they thinking cards. So now when I put this deck together, uh, there are some serious things. They're not all about just like, you're so cute and I love you and you're the bee's knees. Some of them are like, I think it's better that we, split, or, you know, I ran away because I'm afraid, or so that some of the cards are serious, but we'll see what comes out. It's going to be fun to use those because I've been wanting to make one of those decks for a long time, and I just, it's one of those things. But anyway, so thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button and subscribe. Write comments too. I do love reading comments in the videos. So I want to also make a little announcement. I think I am going to try to venture out into OnlyFans and make a channel there, OnlyFans channel that is focused more on maybe like sexy time tarot readings that, are a little bit too spicy for YouTube. I'll put all that information when it's up and running. I'll attach it and make another announcement, but I just wanted to put that bug in your ear, and it'll be called the same, Celine Moon Goddess Tarot. Okay, so let's get started. I've got 3 decks here. I have, let's see, Modern Love Tarot, and then these 2 decks, I don't know. This is Fairy Tale deck, and then this is a uh, Rainbow Tribe deck. It's not called Rainbow Tribe. What is this one called? Rainbow Tarot. Not far from the truth there. All right, cool. And so we have amethyst gem. We have or crystal. We have clear quartz crystal, and then we have selenite wand there. Okay, so at this point, the way this works, if you're new here, you're just going to have to pause the video at this, moment right here, and then choose a pile that speaks to you or that's calling to you. And then at the bottom of the description box, you're going to see some highlighted timestamps, and just pick the one for your pile. You can listen to all the piles, or you could just listen to your pile that you picked. If you're listening to this pile that you picked and it doesn't seem like it's quite matching up, then go ahead and pick another one. And let's have some fun and get started. All right, guys, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with group 1. Let me move these out of the way. All right, group 1. You guys are doing good today. I am especially caffeinated this morning. I just can't. I don't know how people do it. Like people who don't drink coffee, I just don't understand it. I mean, to each his own, but I feel like I'm not alive. Like I actually don't have a heartbeat without having some strong, strong coffee. Anyway, all right, so let's go. So your crush pile 1. Let's see. How is your crush feeling about you? Now, we're assuming that your crush knows about you. If your crush doesn't know about you, um, well then it wouldn't make sense to go to a reading that says what are their thoughts and feelings about you. So hopefully your crush does know about you, and if your crush doesn't know about you, then you got to try to make that happen somehow and then go from there. But anyway, all right, pile 1. Assuming that your crush does know about you, let's see. How does your crush, see, what would be a good way to say it? How does your crush feel about you? How is your crush feeling about pile 1? How is pile 1's crush? Oops, microphone. Whoa. Okay. that flew off. How is pile one's feeling about them? Pile one. Crush feeling about some spirit. Pile one's crush. Jumpy. Might be my. Okay, let's start with 3 cards. And then if we need to clarify, we can clarify. Okay? All right, so we got the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Moon. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. Give me a second here. So the 4 of Pentacles right here in this deck, it's, very kind of presented in like modern world, as it's called, modern love tarot. And so here you have this girl, using her cell phone, and ignoring the other girl. The other girl looks like she's a little bit jealous of the attention that, she's not being given by the blonde girl. And usually the 4 of Pentacles is depicted with, somebody that is kind of hoarding 4 pentacles, 4 coins. And so, it's interesting because I think, earlier when I began doing the reading, I was like, hopefully your crush knows about you. It makes me wonder whether, you might not know that your crush does know about you. Maybe you don't know, you think your crush doesn't know, like you've kept it a secret that you have a crush, and maybe that's not really true. Maybe your crush does kind of know about you kind of having a crush on them, but they're not saying anything about it. Because we have the Moon here, and the Moon is really talks about illusion. It talks about things being hidden, things behind the scene that we are not really, tapping into. So about when you look at the moonlight out there, when it's nice and bright, you think that you can see clearly in the dark, but really sometimes you see a shadow, and you might not quite get exactly what it is. It looks like an animal, but really in sunlight it would be like a bush or something like that. But here I'm taken by the girl here that is laying, along the lake here, uh, and kind of meditating, holding her heart in her hands. And I feel like that your person does know about you. Your person might be watching you on social media and you're not aware of it. And your person might be harboring some secret feelings for you. Um, but I think that your person is maybe playing it off like they, aren't, they're fine. They don't have a crush on you in particular. And maybe to you, it seems as though they have, a very active social life. The Knight of Cups is, somebody who is, very chivalrous, very, charming, emotionally, level, but a little, a little, somebody who still believes in love, right? Still, who's not jaded by love, somebody who is open for, you know, um, opportunities to be in relationships. Here, it seems as though like this is maybe a throuple, maybe 3 people together, or it reminds me a lot of the 3 of Cups, of just going out there and celebrating and, enjoying life. And you might maybe be seeing your crush like, does he or she or they even like me? Because it seems like they are not very interested in me or even notice me. They don't even notice me. Your person might be following you on social media and you're not aware of it. Maybe they have more than one account and you don't recognize their account. But they're watching you. And let's get some more cards and see what else they're thinking about you. What is how one's crush really? How are they feeling about pile one? Tell me more, Spirit. How are they feeling about pile one? How are they feeling? Pile one. Okay. Ooh. Whoa. All right. Well, we just got an answer. So it seems as though, pretty clear to me here that, the reason why maybe your person is not coming out, not not maybe being open. And this can go vice versa. You might be the one that is really keeping this a secret about you, having this crush on your person, and, acting as though, everything's fine and you're really social, but really at night, like looking at the moon, right? Thinking about your person. Um, Dreaming and wishing what would it be like if they knew that I like them, that kind of feeling. Um, your person has been hurt before, and your person is afraid of getting hurt. Your person, we got the Three of Swords here, and the Three of Swords is a card that really talks about heartbreak, talks about, is that focusing well? I'm sorry if it's not focusing well, guys. Anyway, you can see the picture though. So, you've got the swords here, stabbing the heart, broken vase. It talks about like betrayal, uh, lack of trust, in loving again, shutting down your heart, not being ready to move forward, not being ready to give your heart, feeling like, things pessimistic, things are never going to really get better, or, that jaded thing that all of us, I think, at some point in our life get with love, where we just kind of like maybe run into the same, pick the same people, and end up getting hurt the same way over and over again. That can lead people to believe that this is the way love is, when that's your only experience. And so I think your person is afraid to love, open up their heart. But deep down inside, they hold passion for you. Um, they definitely have this hope. This is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is all about just like, you know, it is like I always call it the epiphany of passion card, the card of just like, God, I wish this would, that's so driving me nuts that it's not focusing. Anyway, it's a card about just really having this fire kind of smoldering in your heart for someone, or an epiphany of passion. Like they come when you come to mind, they something ignites in their heart that they can't ignore. Like they can't they can't pretend that they don't like you. They can't pretend that, like they want to stay in this energy of the Three of Swords. They want to stay jaded. But when you look at this card, look at all the beautiful colors, the green grass, the green trees, the pink fields, the ribbons, the flowers. It's like they can't ignore it. It's there. And I think they've been trying to keep it under wraps. And it's funny that the Ace of Wands came out underneath the moon. And that's the thing that they're trying to really hide. And they have a lot of passion for you. That you could be a same-sex, same-gendered, kind of potential, I'll say potential couple. You got the lovers here, and I love the lovers in this deck because it's two women. I just think it's beautiful. And the lovers talks about really having not just love, right? Not just like what you would think lovers are. It's also about partnership. It's about trust. It's about having both. It reminds me of the Two of Cups, where you fill their cup and they fill your cup. There isn't one cup giving more than the other. There is that reciprocal energy coming back and forth. That is what they hope to have with you. That is what they dream of. When you see the moon here and this girl is laying down there just dreaming and hoping, under the moonlight, this is what they hope to have with you. And they are really smitten by you. I feel like, you are somebody that is quite unique and not somebody that they've ever met before, and you don't follow the typical norms of what they maybe dated before. And I think that's where a lot of the apprehension comes from too, is that you don't follow the norms of what they have dated before, and that is where a lot of that fear is coming from, the not willing to step forward and be courageous and be brave to say, listen, hey, I've been watching you for a while. Well, that's kind of creepy, I guess. Maybe don't say that. Maybe they shouldn't say, I've been watching you for a while. That's like, Stanley Stalker. But, maybe be like, hey, text you. Maybe if you guys might have a casual friendship, maybe you guys are acquaintances, or maybe you work together. But, Yeah, I think that they really hold a huge space for you in their heart. You represent the beauty, like their lives right now feel very dark to me, and I feel like you are that like place that they can escape, with the moon here with her daydreaming, they escape in daydreaming about what life would be like with you, what dating you would be like, what all of that, what would that be like, do you guys have a lot of the same interests or not? Do you guys, will you laugh at their jokes? Are you silly, or are you, as are you a serious person? The face that we put forward in public is so much different than who we are behind the when we put the mask down, right? Um, so I think that you really are the sunlight. In contradiction to this moon, you are the sunlight for them. You give them inspiration. You give them hope for love, which I think they've not had. I think they've been very sad. They've been, alone, and the loneliness is dark. It feels dark to me. Um, feels empty and cold to me. And you really, they love to escape and think about you, because you just seem as though you would, despite how different you are to what they're usually, who they usually go for, they have this kind of inside intuition that you actually are exactly who would fill their cup, you know so let's see, now that we got that picture, let's see what their hidden thoughts about you are. And I'm excited. We've got new little thought decks that I have. So let's see what we get here. What are the secret thoughts for pile one's person that they have about pile one? Secret thoughts for pile one's person that pile one person has for pile one. Secret thoughts, please. Let's start with these, okay? Wow. You see that? Showing my emotions is hard for me. I regret hurting you. So maybe there was a time there where maybe you did try to reach out to them. Maybe you took a leap of faith and maybe tried to maybe do a little low key flirt or something that, would hint to your person that you are also interested in them. I've encountered that where you're in a room with someone, and there is this palpable energy that you feel from that person. Perhaps you have an intuition of that they might also feel the same, and you maybe acted on that and got rejected. Uh, and again, remember this Three of Swords, your person has been hurt. As it says here, showing my emotions are hard. That's confirmation right there. You are my desire. Well, that matches right here with the Ace of Wands, right? The desire, the passion. You they have passion for you. They have feelings for you. Wow. You make all my dreams come true. This is like totally resonating. That goes with the Lovers card right there. You turn me on. Oh, all right. Well, there's some hot and heavy attraction there. There's some lusty stuff. Your person's feeling. It's not all, butterflies and roses. It's also, hot and steamy. All right, let's get some more. Give me more thoughts, hidden thoughts that pile one's person has for them. Hidden thoughts that pile one's person. Did I drop any more? No. Okay. Sorry. What a dorky scream. I sounded like Kermit. One more thoughts, please, for pile one's person. Secret thoughts that their person is thinking. All right, and we have you make my knees weak. Mm-mm-mm. I obsess about you at night the most. Well, that goes right here with the moon. Maybe your person works night shift, or maybe your person is a night owl. Um, yeah, you make my knees weak. It makes me think about like that feeling of like when you encounter someone, and this has happened to me um, with someone that I started seeing, and early on in our friendship, we were friends for many years, and I still like every time I would have to encounter her, I got very nervous. I got like sweaty palms. I got like, I'm a very confident person. I have a big personality. I'm a tall woman, and especially at when I'm at work, I am not bashful in it by any means. But every time I was in her presence, I became a complete blubbering idiot. I stumbled on my words. I was a dork. I was a dork. Later on, she told me that she could tell that I acted weird around her. And I was like, oh, how embarrassing. She even noticed, didn't say anything. But thank goodness she didn't say anything. I would have like died. I'd be like, just let me get a shovel and let me just dig my grave so I can just die of embarrassment. Anyway, it's hard for me to gather my thoughts around you. Again, that's exactly what I was saying. Just getting, that could be part of like why, you know, in conjunction with having a broken heart in the past and not wanting to, give their heart again, there's also the nervousness. There's also like you turn me on. Like I really, really, I wish I would say, come and approach you, but they're just too nervous too. They're just too nervous. Okay, got some last thoughts here. You get me high. Wow. Well, you know what that speaks to? What the point that I was making about their life, in general feels so lonely and cold. And when they get to escape and think about you, it is like a high. It is something that makes them feel happy and light, and makes you, have you ever had someone or even something that makes you suddenly imagine what if, right? What if this did really work out? What if we are really meant to be? Daydreaming in that scenario is a powerful thing. So yeah, you get them high. Would you date me? I How when your person's asking you on a date in the reading. Oh my God, that is so sweet. Okay. They want to go on a date with you. I think your person might not, it's not going to be like, I think the date would be like getting to know each other, talking, seeing about like, yeah, there's this unsaid chemistry, but what about like, is there actual chemistry face to face, Um, that's such a formal, cute way to ask too. I love your voice. Wow. Okay, so your person, so maybe you guys do work together, or maybe you do something on social media where you are using your voice, or um, just in general, maybe you have a very unique voice, a voice that is distinct to you that they just really love about you. Let me just get one more card because I feel like we have a missing spot right here. Little OCD there. Pardon me. Let's get one more for pile one and then we'll end the reading. One more thought here for pile one's her crush. Secret thought that pile one's crush has for them. Secret thought for pile one. One more, please, Spirit. One more, Spirit. Wow. You ready? I daydream about making love to you. Ooh, esto's caliente. Okay. Mm. I just started sweating. Totally started sweating just now. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. Your person's got the hots for you, pile one. Good Lord. It's like vibrating off of this table. Wow. All right, pile one. That's a fantastic reading. I wish you the best. If this resonated, comment below. I want to get like the chisme. I want to get like the gossip about all this drama. But And let me know if you guys do end up going on a date. And if they do ask you on a date, I want to know. All right. You take care. Wish you the best. Bye. That's such a cool reading. That reading was so freaking cool. That's just amazing how these thought cards resonate with, they match, you know? I love when the universe does that, when spirit is just, we're in the flow, in the flow. Right. Let me just shuffle these little, before we get started for pile two. All right, pile two. Oh, pile two. I almost grabbed the wrong deck. All right, pile two. Fairy tale deck, and you chose the clear quartz. All right, let's see, pile two. Let's see what your person, your crush, how how do they feel about you? And this is assuming you guys know of each other. I was mentioning in pile one, hopefully, the couches are aware of each other, that you guys both are aware of each other. Um, you know, but we'll see. We'll see what the cards say. But I'm gonna read them as if you guys do know each other. Know of yes, know of each other. Know that perhaps there might be some kind of chemistry there. Okay. So, how does pile two's person feel about pile two? Two's person. How do they feel about pile two? That is a lot of cards. I'm going to take the first one. Okay. We'll start with three and then we're going to clarify. Okay. Okay. So for pile one, we have the Five of Cups, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Queen of Swords. So let's see here. I think with the Five of Cups, it makes me feel like your person holds a lot of passion for you. But I think that your person is a bit insecure about whether this is reciprocal or not. So you might be hiding it really well or something. But the Five of Cups is, a card that usually indicates their heart is broken. Um, you know, I'm not sure if maybe this person did try to come to you, maybe, you know, ask you out, or maybe ask you for your number, or something of that nature, and you rejected them, or they are afraid of this rejection. They are anticipating rejection, kind of like that self-sabotage, you don't even, like you give up before you've even started, kind of feeling is what I get when I look at this card, a very sad, lonely feeling. You know, they still hold lots of love for you, but these three cups that have fallen here represent the pessimism that your person is feeling, thinking that, I don't know, I don't think that pile two really is into me at all. And they hold a lot of passion for you. This is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is this charismatic, charming, good-looking, type of energy. It's a masculine energy. It's energy of innovation, uh, getting an idea, getting a new um, idea or outlook on life or something like that. And this King of Wands would be the one to run out and grab it, run out and do it. They'd be the entrepreneur. They'd be the one that, will fly by the seat of their pants and end up successful. They're the cat that lands on their feet kind of thing. And so all of that power and passion is wrapped up in their heart for you. And I think you're represented here, and these are energies, by the way. I don't, gender is not included in any of my readings, they're all about energy. And, you're representing the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in a lot of decks are described in different ways. But one of the ways that I kind of relate to the Queen of Swords is she's somebody who's had her heart broken in the past. She's somebody who has mourned being abandoned, mourned having to uh, pull herself up by her own bootstraps, and make her own way. And she's learned a lot, and she's balanced. She's not a cold woman, or I should say female energy, but she is intellectual, and intellectuality is sometimes can be devoid of, well, it is really being, not using your heart in decisions. It's all intellectual. So like she would be the one that would make a decision like, does this benefit me? And if it doesn't, I'm not going to go that route. I'll go this other route, kind of thing. So, I think that your person is afraid of being rejected by you, but they do hold a lot of passion for you. So let's see what else we got here, Spirit, for pile two. That's pile two's person, their crush, feel about them. Two pentacles. Bottom. Four pentacles. Lots of pentacles. Okay. How does pile two's person feel about them? What's going on? Crush. Pile two. More. You got a bonus card there. Okay, kind of a little bit more of the same here. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So your person wishes that there would be balance. So I'm not sure if maybe you guys might come from two different worlds, whether you guys work work at a place where you guys are in two different departments, or you are higher than them in how it's broken down, or maybe you come from families that are or cultures that are very different. But I think that your person daydreams about things being more balanced. So because I think they feel like you are so kind of detached and not really focused, or even maybe notice that they do have that crush on you, or the fear, this is how they're seeing you. That doesn't mean that you are that way. um they daydream about things being even, that there would be more grounded understanding, of communication, that you both have these feelings for each other, and let's start there. I don't get the energy, pentacles are not a fast energy. The energy is slow. It's like steady Eddie. It is the energy that you can trust. It goes slow, but you can trust that energy. It's not erratic. It's not like a match that's just gonna, flames of passion and then it dies out. It is a constant, you know, balanced, energy. And, I get that with the Four Pentacles, same idea. This is, this guy here has his Four Pentacles. He's got two under his feet and he's hugging one, and one is above his head. And, it's this energy of like, I feel like he wants to protect his heart. He's going to hold all of this kind of like, um, heart and emotion and feelings, that he wants to give. He's keeping it to himself because he's afraid that he or she or they are afraid of being rejected. But also, the number four is a number of stability. It is, you know, in any way that you try to use a metaphor for, the four corners of a house, the square, it is a true shape that is, you know, stable. And so Four Pentacles means that they want to give stability, and they would want this when they get the recognition, or if you guys do get to a point where you communicate about your crush with each other, I think that they're wanting a conversation about, okay, let's not make this something that's futile, that will, blow up with passion and lust and then fizzle out. Let's make this actually, let's get to know each other. Let's make this a stable connection. Let's give let me give to you and you give back to me in an equal manner. Let's try for success as much as possible because we've both been hurt, you know. And again, that's repeated here with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. This energy is the energy of, like, you know, if you had to go out of town and you had a farm. I love this. This is one, you know, way I've heard this card explained, and I think it really matches well. It's like if you had a farm and you needed to go out of town, you would ask your friend Eddie, we'll just say, Steady Eddie, if you can come watch my farm for me while I'm gone. Eddie would go over there and not only watch your farm, he will take care of your farm, he will feed all of the animals, he will make sure your crops are doing well, he will do everything and do that as long as possible, until it's time for you to come back. He won't skip a day. He won't be like, oh, that farm is fine. You know, he won't be irresponsible with it. He's going to treat that farm the way he would want it treated if it was his farm. So it is a slow energy, but it is a trustworthy energy. You know, it's a trustworthy, um, you know, your person is trustworthy. Your person's not going to hurt you. They have no ill intent towards you. They do not want to play with your heart. They are not coming here for anything that is just a one night stand or booty call or whatever. They are coming in with honest, true, you know, valid, secure offering that they want to give to you. And Nine of Swords is a card about worry. Staying up at night and worrying about all the what ifs. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? You know, I'm wondering, you know, what I find interesting about this card is that it kind of reminds me of the Queen of Swords. She's got red hair just like the Queen of Swords. And, you know, I don't know, pile two, if you do worry about that. Maybe, you know, you do know each other, you know that they want to give you a stable offer, but maybe you are too preoccupied with your worries. So you guys are kind of self-sabotaging each other in this connection by over worrying, worrying too much. You know, sometimes, you know, like when you think about spirituality, you know, relationships and stuff are a very 3D thing, right? It's a very earthly thing, but it does trigger us, and relationships are an opportunity for us to uh, grow. Okay, it could be a tool for growth, or it can be a tool for, you know, karma. It can be a tool for many things, but it really asks us to look at ourselves and look at our heart when we're considering a relationship with someone. And, you know, sometimes the mistakes that we've made in the past haunt us and make us, you know, sabotage ourselves. And really, you could be sabotaging yourself of a gift that the universe is trying to give you. You know, sometimes people are put in our life because we need that extra push to change and actually bloom, you know, to be able to become maybe more, more authentic, especially if this person is not somebody that you would typically date and vice versa. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for a new experience and to get to know a new spirit, a new soul on this earth, that we're all in the same boat here on this earth, learning and growing and trying to heal our past wounds and, you know, being you know, I've been in a situation where I've been also afraid of stepping forward into a new endeavor with a person, a new relationship, and it is a scary thing. It is a scary thing. But one thing that I have held true to for myself is that if it's scary, then there is a reason why it should be done. If it is not scary, then if it's not provoking any kind of feeling or fear or excitement, then maybe that's not the person, right? Um, for you. If it is, then there's a lesson there that, you know, I guess what I'm gonna say is, like, if you don't take the chance, then you're never gonna know. And what is the worst that's gonna happen? A learning lesson, a new friendship. That's the worst that can happen, right? Especially if you go in wide open, eyes wide open, like your person wants to, you know, go in there just like, hey, this is what my expectations are. This is where I've been hurt before. This is why I didn't talk to you for so long. It's because of X, Y, and Z. You know, when you're really honest and open, it just allows for healing. And when you're doing that, then it removes this anxiety of like what ifs. It removes the what ifs because there doesn't need to be any. All you got to do is talk. You know, that communication is not easy for everyone, but communication is is the path to growing. I mean, goodness. How are you going to be able to have a deep connection with someone if there isn't that open, honest communication? And unfortunately, a lot of times, you know, we're not taught that growing up, right? All right, so let's get to some, secret thoughts. Let's get to some, hidden thoughts that your person is having about you, pile two, okay? With my little special thinking thoughts, secret thoughts deck here, okay? So, secret thoughts that pile two's crush has about pile two. Secret thoughts for pile two's person. Secret thoughts of pile two's person. Pile two. A lot of them there. Hmm. Is there hope? Wow, well, that really just matches right with that Five of Cups, feeling like maybe my pile two doesn't really like me the way I think they do, or I hope they do. My feelings are growing for you. Yeah, that makes me think of the King of Wands here, that smoldering kind of coal that of passion that they have, that they're hiding, that they're keeping there. The King of Wands is big energy, so having to hide that, it's I think it's becoming harder for your person. I watch your social media. All right, so if you have social media, you might know your person is already, your friend on social media, or if you don't know, now you know. They might have another account under a different name or something like that. I miss you. Oh, I'm in love with you. Okay, well, if that's not clear, if that's not clear, I don't know what is. Let's see. I am confused right now. Well, that really goes with the Two of Pentacles, right? Like that wanting to, wanting the balance, wondering if there can be balance, going back and forth about whether even if your person should go forward and talk to you about how they're feeling. But clearly, there is passion. There is passion that they definitely have for you. There you go with those fears. Please don't walk away. Okay, let's get some more. Get a few more thoughts to pile two's crush. Secret thoughts that pile two's crush has for pile two. I want to dive into this. I hope things will change. Yeah, they want this. They want this grounded connection with you. I think it's true that to say that there isn't a way to know how things are going to turn out. I mean, we wouldn't make attempts for anything in life if we already knew the outcome, but they really do want this. You are so handsome. So I don't know if you are a male watching this or if you are a female, but it's funny, so I'm a nurse, right? And early in my career, I remember I was taking care of this elderly lady, and she said, I was talking to her, and she was confused. She goes, you are the most handsome woman I have ever seen. And I thought to myself, I don't know if that's an insult or not, because I don't feel that I'm a handsome woman. I've never used that word for myself, but apparently it can be used for both genders. So there you go. They think you're hot. A couple more for pile two. Thoughts of their crush. Thoughts of the crush pile two has about you. I obsess about you at night the most. Ooh. My evil laugh. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, see, now that's beautiful. Yeah, your person is not pushy. All the pentacle energy, your person is not gonna get there in your face and be like, hey, I like you, you like me, you need to show me that you like me too, and blah blah blah. They're like, take your time. Maybe they know that you've been hurt. You got a lot of thoughts here. All right. You make me want to be a better person. Aww. You make me feel free. You make all my dreams come true. Wow. You guys, I have a feeling you guys have a deeper connection than just crushes. I don't know if you've dated before. Maybe you dated for a brief period and then stopped dating. Um, but there were external circumstances that made you guys stop dating. It wasn't because you guys stopped caring for each other. You flipped my switch. Mm-mm-mm. And can we fix this? Yeah, y'all. If this isn't resonating, then yeah, pick another pile. But for people, this is like a big message that you guys have been in this connection has happened before. Maybe you guys broke up or something. But they've decided like you're their person. They've made the decision. Let me know when you're ready. They want to give you time, but they're here for it. They are here for it. All right, pile two. This is a beautiful reading. Beautiful. Your person really has deep feelings there. Feelings that are not, they're not, fleeting. These are feelings that are deep that they have thought about, that they have considered everything with. They're not making any kind of, flippant, passionate decision about that. I miss you. It's so beautiful. All right, pile two. I wish you the best. Let me know in the comments if this resonated. I love to hear all the chisme about if this really did happen and what the outcome was and all of that. And subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy this content. Okay, I have a bunch of other readings you can enjoy. I wish you the best, pile two. Bye. All right, I, pile three, selenite wand. All right, these that last two readings were really, really good readings. So I'm hoping the best here for you, pile three. I hope that you're doing well. See how your crush feels about you. And this is, making the assumption that your crush knows about you. Okay? Because it doesn't really make sense if they don't know about you, how are we going to know how they feel about you, right? They don't know that you like them. Probably have a hint that you like them. So pile three's person. How do they feel about pile three? Five of Swords. Six of Pentacles. How do you feel about pile three, please? All right. And we'll get more clarification here too. Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Seven of the Hangman. Seven? That's not seven. 12. Okay. So first off, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is an interesting energy. It's kind of like an unstable energy. It's an energy of like someone being, thinking perhaps that they know better, in a situation, taking, the initiative to try to fix something, but really not fixing the real problem, right? Like winning the battle, but not the war. So, you have this person here who has two swords and they're just picking up the swords like, okay, let's go ahead. We're done here with the battle. Let's go ahead and move on to the next, area. And you have these people in the background that look like they're mourning, like missing the mark a little bit, not being really cognizant of the reality of the situation. But following this card, you have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is all about being benevolent. It's about having having things of worth of your heart or your mind or your time, and then being benevolent with it, sharing it with others. Um, so it's good energy, you know. I think that when I see these two cards together, I feel like, you know, your person doesn't, I don't think your person understands you. I'm just going to say, I think that your person doesn't really understand you or know you. So they might know or have just found out that you have a crush on them. And they're kind of trying to, I don't think that they grasp maybe your energy very well, or I think they see you as a wonderful person. They see you as somebody who's attractive, who is, you know, well-rounded, you know, definitely somebody that they would love to get to know. But I think, and I think they do want to get to know you, but I don't think that they understand you. I think that you are a far more maybe deeper person than you than they can grasp, I think. You know, because it's last card here with the hangman. You know, the hangman is all about, you know, this person that puts themselves on this branch here, hanging by their foot, but he looks very serene. You know, he's, you know, he or she or they look very serene. So it's about putting yourself, stopping for a minute and reflection. It's about reflecting. It's about discovering inspiration, looking for um, the solution perhaps to a problem, but just like, you know, it's kind of like the embodiment of like, you know, when you have this like great idea that you need to get out and people are watching you talk and you're talking to these people and then you can't find the words. So you're like, wait a second. And you just kind of like touch your head or you're like, wait, let me get the words. And it's kind of like that kind of energy of knowing, discovering this thing that you, I'm getting tied up in my words. It's kind of like, um, you know, going in with the desire for discovery, the desire to learn more, and be able to then have that, you know, kind of unfold in your life, right? Not just taking time out to just be by yourself and to isolate, right? And think on your own, which it is some of that, but it's not just doing that. It's also doing something with the information that now that you know. So I think that they really desire to get to know you. I think you are perhaps maybe far more deeper and spiritual than they are. Okay, so let's see what else we get here. No, I got tongue twisted in my words. I wonder if one of you is maybe an introvert or I got nerd. Nerd in a good way. I feel like I'm a nerd in a lot of ways. Pile three's person. Page of Cups. Pile three. All right. All right. Eight of Swords. So interesting. Okay, so they do have a lot of feelings for you. They have new feelings. So this kind of, you know, um, goes with what I was saying about perhaps they just found out that you like them. I think that they do want to offer you a cup of love or an offering of like, hey, I also have feelings for you too, kind of thing. Um, Not going deeper than that though. You know, this Page of Cups just has one cup there that they're offering with a little fishy. You know, like somebody might be a Pisces too or a water sign. You know, I think though that there is a lot of fear holding your person back. You got the Eight of Swords here, and the Eight of Swords is interesting because it kind of reminds me of the Two of Swords. Two of Swords usually is a card with a woman with a blindfold, and it talks about um, self-protection and at the same time not seeing what is right in front of you because you're so deep into trying to search for answers on your own and looking for your own intuition. But with the Eight of Swords, Swords is you know, all about the intellect. It's about mental stimulation, mental overacting in your thoughts, overactive thoughts. You and right here with being blindfolded, it's like she's got all these swords around her. This rope around her is not tight. She could easily unwrap herself and take the blindfold off and see what's off in the distance. This beautiful castle's right here, you know. But she's not, is she? She's just staying stuck in place. And I think that perhaps your person might have some preconceived ideas about love and about um, starting a new relationship that is keeps them in this surface level kind of energy. It keeps them safe, right? She probably feels really safe behind these swords, but she's self-sabotaging herself, right? And I think there is some self-sabotage with wanting to protect themselves, not want being afraid to cross the threshold of from friends to something more than friends. Being afraid of failure, being afraid of not being, the feelings being not what they think they are, right? Like, um, sometimes we put people on a pedestal. We put people, you know, make them feel like they are, or in our mind, we feel like they are something greater than what they really are. And I think that perhaps in the past, your person has done that in relationships where they went in thinking that somebody was a certain way, and then they get to know them, open their heart, and it turns out the person was a fucking sour ass apple, or rotten apple, and the outside did not match the inside. And so I think that they're a little worried about that because this is a new, you know, it's a new discovery about this crush that you have. But I think that they do want to get to know you. I think they do secretly hope that there can be a time where you guys can get together, where you can celebrate. The Three of Cups is all about, getting together with friends, going out, having a good time, new relationships, new connections, uh, not caring, being not caring about what other people think, just enjoying yourself. These people are walking around and this girl has hairy legs and tattoos, and it just doesn't matter, like they want this kind of connection where it doesn't have all of this heavy burden and worry, you know. So I think your person's a little scared that they're gonna, get their feelings hurt. They don't trust their own intuition. They're not trusting their own intuition about how you feel. And I think that you're upfront, you're a trustworthy person, the Six of Pentacles energy. You're not somebody that's going to do them wrong at all. You really admire them and really see a lot of potential in the connection. But yeah, your person's got, some fears, definitely has some fears about it. Um, let's get a couple. I want to see a little bit more about feelings. How does pile three's person, how do they feel about pile three? How do they feel about pile three? Because we got a lot about what's going on in their mind. King of Swords. Okay. Wow. Okay. How do they feel about pile three? Ace of Swords. Okay. I think that they're really inspired by you. I think that they look at you as somebody who marches to the beat of their own drum. You're somebody who doesn't care what other people think about you. You do have this carry around this energy of the Three of Cups, not caring about what people say, living your authentic life. If somebody came towards you and was like, hey, why are you wearing that? Or you should watch the way you talk, or whatever, it doesn't matter. You would just, kindly tell them to fuck off. I think that you might be somebody that intimidates them. Um, yeah, you intimidate them in a good way, or in a way that you just make them nervous. You make them nervous. You make them, um, you know, more insecure about their past, and about their being insecure about their judgment. About character, their judgment of character. They see you as somebody who's intelligent, stoic, responsible, somebody who would not. You are trustworthy. But they're not seeing all the other beautiful things about you. They're not seeing your heart. They're not, and I don't know if you're hiding that from them, or if you're putting up maybe a mask, or you could maybe work together where they're not able to see your fun side. They're not able to see this Three of Cups side of you. They only see the, all about the business side of you, which is a possibility. Hmm. But they like you. They're into you for sure. I think that this is reciprocated for sure. But I just think that there's a lot of fear there about their own insecurity about They feel like they are not a good judge of character because of the mistakes that they've made in the past, and people who have betrayed them, portrayed themselves to be one thing and they really were not that at all. One more for pile 3 here. One more for pile 3, please. Okay. What are the secret thoughts of pile 3's crush? Secret thoughts of pile 3's crush. Secret thoughts of pile 3's crush, please. All right. Could you see past my flaws? Well, there you go, right? That totally resonates with that 5 of Swords energy. I'm not sure. Insecurity, the 8 of Swords. It's better to say goodbye. What I get from this card is that self-sabotage energy, right? Maybe it's better to just, not pursue this. It's speaking about fear. It's speaking about being disappointed, them being disappointed in themselves, their fear of you being disappointed about who they are once you get to know them, Just, it just screams to me pain, fear, and pain. You make all my dreams come true. So, yeah, I mean, talk about them seeing potential in this connection. There are feelings there that they have for you, and they feel that you are a very solid person. You do check all their boxes. But this fear here, I have never met someone like you. So maybe you are not the typical person that they go for, and maybe that's what all of this fear is coming from, because you don't match maybe their prior dating, profile of people that they dated before, and maybe that's what's creating this fear. You know how that saying goes where, well, it's not really a saying, it's just kind of like a human behavior thing. We go, when we are not paying attention to how we feel inside and what we really truly want, we get stuck in this hamster wheel of choosing people to be with in our life that please everyone else, right? We choose, like for example, the rapper who maybe likes full-figured women but only chooses the video models or whatever to date, and he's just not he or she's not happy because that's their true love is somebody lovely and fluffy. But they're not going for what they want. They want to please, they're doing things to please other people, or you know the someone going towards somebody who's very like plain Jane when they really want someone fiery and spitfire, somebody who likes their whiskey and likes to party. That's the kind of lifestyle they want, but they have to have this plain Jane person, um, that they really are not genuinely attracted to because they're making everybody else happy. And then you find people that get married and they have these monogamous relationships and end up not staying together because they weren't authentic from the start, you know? And I think that that is kind of, I think, what this person is used to. That can be comfortable because we're not getting all the conflict from all the people that are in our lives, right? If march at the beat of everybody else, then you don't have to worry about the conflict of having to stand up for yourself, having to defend what you feel is right for you personally, and all those lies that we tell ourselves about being selfish. It's selfish for you to think that way. You're not thinking of everyone else. Well, you're not the one in the relationship, so you should shut up. Like, standing up and being authentic takes a lot of courage. And for some reason, I'm inspired to say that, just with this card that says, I have never met someone like you. I think that is a lot of where the apprehension comes from. Like, perhaps your person, if they went towards somebody that they always, like if this was, for example, a rapper, and who he was always dating was the video girls, he's comfortable there, charismatic, charming, all of those things, confident. But when it comes to you, honestly, you scare the shit out of them because they have this attraction to you. They can't deny the attraction, but it scares the shit out of them because it provokes them and causes them to really look at themselves. I act like I don't care. Well, there you go. Person might be pretending they have no feelings for you when they really do. You had a lot of cards, by the way, a lot of thought cards. My family asks about you. So if you don't know this person's family, what could be happening here is that maybe their family's putting pressure on them to pair up with someone. Maybe their family, maybe you might be an acquaintance that the family thinks that he should avoid. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe his family actually would like for you and him or her or they to get in a connection, but this person might have a high profile socially or with their work where they feel like, they can't, or they are afraid of pursuing you because of you being so different and against the norm of what society or what other people would think about them. I'm holding back. Well, we know that now, huh? You changed me. Yeah, I think that you're a tower moment for this person. You came in like a wrecking ball. You came in, you were like, awakened something in him or her or they that you just they did not anticipate you. They could not have imagined that you would have come in having a crush as well, and it shook them. I'm falling for you. Yeah, your person can't deny that. You can't go from having this tower moment, this kind of like epiphany moment where you run into someone that absolutely, changes your world and then just pretend and forget about it and not have feelings. That is life changing. That is you were a catalyst for an awakening for this person. That person, your person, I keep saying guy, I don't know if it is a guy for a lot of you, but your person definitely, you did something to them. You make me so shy. I think your person is a boisterous person that, typically doesn't have that problem. And you make them feel things that they have never felt before. And being shy probably is one of them. Can we meet? All right, your person might be open to having a meeting with you, might be open to meeting for coffee and talking about this. This is scary, but I can't stay away. Wow. Does this not resonate, right? This is like exactly what I've been saying. Wow. Let's talk. And last card, can we learn to love again? Wow. Okay, so maybe, I mean, for some of you out there, you guys had a connection. Maybe you guys had a situationship where there was an acknowledgement of love, there was an acknowledgement of attraction, there was an acknowledgement of all of that, but perhaps maybe it wasn't reciprocated, or maybe your person, if they're acting like they don't care and they're holding back, maybe you were just like, right? Because you're not going to sit there and wait. You're a confident person. You're not going to sit there and be at the wayside and, beg someone to have an attraction to you, right? Or beg somebody to reciprocate feelings. Obviously, your person wasn't ready at that, whatever that time was, but that time was a catalyst. That time, definitely, they are not the same since you came into their life, and they do want to talk to you. They do want to love again. They can't stop thinking about you. They are falling for you, and you make all their dreams come true. Like deep down inside, you are who their authentic self desires. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, group three, relationships are challenging, right? They really do provoke us to look at ourselves. And sometimes these connections, especially more recently, I think, with the collective awakening into spirituality, um, you know, a lot of people are choosing to be more authentic, and that's causing people to realize things about themselves that they have ignored. And that can be a scary moment. I remember my moment, I remember being completely terrified of what my new epiphany about who I was and who my authentic self was, and how that was going to ricochet and impact everyone in my life. And was I willing to count that cost? That's a high cost, right? Are you willing to count the cost of losing everyone because of who you want to be, or who you not who you want to be, but your authentic self, letting your true self come out, right? And you know what's amazing is that 9 times out of 10, we're not abandoned because we want to live our authentic self. We keep ourselves hidden in this, this energy, right? Eight of Swords, afraid to look at ourselves, afraid of everything that's going to happen, right? What could happen? What could happen? Most of the time, people are like, I'm glad I'm glad you're finding your truth. So I wish you the best, and I really hope that your person does see that, and I hope that you guys do talk. I hope that you guys air this out. Um, and it can be a potential for a lot of growth and a lot of healing for both of you. So, pile three, this was a great reading, even though it's kind of sprinkled with some heavy subjects. But I really feel like, those subjects are the best ones, right? Because you know that those are the ones that are grounded and rooted that you can really work with, right? And not something that might be new and fleeting and just full of lust and that, fizzles out. So, all right, if you enjoyed this reading, please hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment about like the situation. Let me know if it resonated. And I love to read the comments and see what you guys say and think. And I really wish you the best. And I hope everything works out well here with your person here, pile three. Okay, bye.